Here we go. Welcome back to a new episode on the Crossbar channel. After talking about the Champions League game on Valentine's Day, we're just gonna eat the Wednesday game on February 15th. Let's start with the big one, Borussia Dortmund hosting Chelsea. That's the game of the day, really. Borussia Dortmund is in form as far as league table. I think they're third in the league. Chelsea is struggling in the Premier League, but it is the Premier League. But yeah, comparing the form wise, I would say Borussia Dortmund is more in form as far as domestically, anyways, than Chelsea. But Chelsea has a lot of card up on their sleeves that they acquire in January transfer. Yeah, so let's discuss all that. And yeah, let's roll. So yeah, starting to look at the team, how they performed during the group stage. We can see Borussia Dortmund finished second behind Manchester City. Chelsea finished first, of course, in front of AC Milan, Salzburg, and Dinamo Zagreb. It was a tough one for Dortmund, though. They didn't pick up the pace until almost the end of the group stage, but they hung in there with two W's. And then, yeah, now they're facing Chelsea, another German and England face off. When you even look at the win probability, pretty much small edge to Borussia Dortmund. They have 38.9% chance of winning. Chelsea 32 is not that far off, really. And then, pretty much the draw. So to me, when I look at this graphic, I don't necessarily think Dortmund has an advantage. To me, it looked like they're pretty even. But Chelsea had, even with issue that they have in the Premier League, as far as like shot on goal or chance creation, they were at 34 when they were in the group stage, and then Dortmund only 21. You say total shot, you see even yellow card, offside. So Chelsea hasn't been this much bad in the Champions League that they've been in the Premier League. And thinking about it and knowing that they've acquired some more firepower during the January transfer window, that leaves you to believe that Chelsea, is one of those teams that turn up in the Champions League, even if they're struggling in the domestic league. Looking at the squad, let's start with the team at home. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna skip the goalkeepers because that's not necessarily interesting. They kind of even the match, whether it's Kepa or Gilbert who's gonna play or Shad. But the forward is the big thing. Can Dortmund attack keep up with Chelsea's attack? With Chelsea newly remodeled attack? I believe so. To be honest, I think Karim Adeyemi and Marlon, they have the pace. Giovanni Reina is a little bit, honestly, Reina and Mukoko way too young as far as experience and a big moment for me to even put them in that category yet. Adeyemi is equally young, but I have more faith in him than I have in Mukoko or Giovanni Reina, even though they're all talented players. They will be a force to reckon with in the future, but for now, I don't think they're necessarily that strong. So I'm going to go with Adeyemi is definitely going to play. I don't know if Anthony Modest is going to start. If I were the coach, I would start him. I'll start Adeyemi and Modest, and then look at Chelsea's attack. That's the problem. Chelsea is all cylinder. They're so good that Aubameyang is not even in the list for the Champions League. So they're gonna bring in whether it's Raheem Sterling, Pulisic, Joao Felix, Mudric. I can even bring Hakim GF. I know they have a list as a midfielder, but he can play up in the wing. So too much talent, pace, accuracy, experience, and in the Chelsea front line. I'm gonna give Chelsea front line the edge over Borussia Dortmund front line, even though Chelsea is struggling in the league. Midfield, Mateo Kovacic is injured. It's not going to be playing. So does Zakaria. Of course, N'Golo Conte has been out forever. I'm going to say it's going to be Loftus Cheek, and Mason Mount, Arvet, Gallagher, Fernandez. Of course, they're going to be one of them. Two of them going to start the game. Compare that with Borussia Dortmund midfield. Emre Can, experience. Okay, Julian Brandt is good. Marco Reus is good. Marcus Wolf is good. But to be honest, as far as like stars, of course, Jude Bellingham is the best midfielder across the two teams. But Chelsea, the only thing that's going to miss for them is, I think, as far as midfield is time plays together, practice time. Because Borussia Dortmund, this squad has been together for a long time, and these guys kind of know each other now. They have a style of playing. They play home. The yellow walls are going to be there. The fan, like everything should be in place for them to have a good result. But I'm just simply comparing, just broadly, the two teams. I think advantage Chelsea for the midfield as far as individual players. Really advantage Chelsea. Defensively, this defense is solid. Once because they've been playing together for a while. What is Matt Hummel? What is Thomas Meunier, Nicolas Zuler, Rafael Guerrero, Schlotterbeck? I like a lot. It's really good. But yeah, they have time together. They have practice together. They have chemistry, and they're really good. Now, Guerrero is not so much of a defender. He's pretty much a winger at this point. He's always up there with the attack, with especially the pace that Chelsea has on the front line. Thomas Meunier also not being a great defender. He's also, I mean, he used to be a striker before. So he's kind of like a defensive player that's more geared toward the attack. He's an okay defender, Thomas Meunier, because his size. But the two back, left and right, are not that good defensively. And that can be prejudicial to Borussia Dortmund, especially with what Chelsea has to offer as far as speed with Sterling, Modric, Ziyech, who am I missing? All Pulisic, Joao Felix, speed and quality. So these two are gonna have to defend more. I'm talking about Meunier and Guerrero. Looking at Chelsea's defense, I'm gonna say, of course, Thiago Silva's gonna start. He's the captain. Thinking Badiashile he's been good since he started. He might get the starting position since Koulibaly is gonna be out unless I'm missing something. Now, on the left, is it going to be Chilwell or Cucurella? I think they might go Cucurella just because he's been playing a lot. He has more rhythm than Bell Chilwell, but Chilwell is they're both equally good. I think Bell Chilwell might be a little better than Cucurella, anyways, as far as defensively. But yeah, on the right side, I don't know if they're going to start. It's going to be Rich James. Rich James is back and he's going to start. So Chelsea has a solid defense. Better individually, I would say. Thiago Silva is probably the better of all of them. Although I like Schlotterbeck and Sule, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say Chelsea has the edge. But yeah, that's just the team individually. How does that translate as far as like the game plan and winning the actual game? That's left to be seen on Wednesday. But if I would say who has the advantage, I would say form-wise, Borussia Dortmund, just because what they've been doing on the domestic league. Chelsea produced a lot in 2022 as far as like the group stage, but all that's out the window. As far as like firepower, Chelsea has the advantage with all the people that I mentioned. But as far as togetherness, and people have been doing it for a while together, I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund, and Dortmund is playing home. Yeah, it's a tough one. I don't know who to pick, to be honest. But I just fear with these two backs that Borussia Dortmund has, are they going to be able to contain Modric, Sterling, Joao Felix, ZH? I'm going to say could be a draw. I would say a draw for this game because Chelsea, as much as they're really good, they're struggling to score. You would think with the firepower they have, they will score a lot. So I'm going to throw my coin in the ocean. I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund win just because they play home. But Chelsea has every right to claim the victory on this game. They have the firepower and they have the inform in Champions League. So plus they have nothing else to play for except the Champions League, which Dortmund is still playing for the European spot or the league title in Germany. So it takes a toll of them. Chelsea is pretty much now should be focused on the Champions League. So that and only that should give them a little extra edge. We see how they unfold. Statistics are just statistics. It just tells you what we've seen in the past. That doesn't mean it's going to translate on any given night on the actual game itself. But yeah, that was my broad quick preview of this game. I think Dortmund will win or a draw, but Chelsea has every right to claim a victory. They have nothing to. There's nothing Chelsea. There's no reason why Chelsea shouldn't win. They spend the most money. They have nothing else to play for that's big beside the Champions League. So if I were Chelsea, I'll go all in and trying to win this game. Not trying to have a good result and wait the home game to finish it off. I know they're struggling to score, but Kai Havertz going to have to do better. I know he's not a striker, but hey, that's his position he's playing right now. He's going to have to do better. So yeah, we will see on Wednesday who's going to win between Dortmund and Chelsea. My heart will go for Dortmund because there's a lot of players that I like in the Borussia Dortmund team, namely Marco Reus, Schlotterberg, Karim Adeyemi, and Bellingham. And Chelsea, I like some play over there, but I'm going to go with their home team, even though I think it's going to be extremely difficult for them.